Welcome to the Carriker Chronicles, the people show. You check the pulse of Husker Nation, brought to you by Nebraska Spine Hospital.
Pretty good on that intro. This is my daughter, Addison. The shirt says it all. I want to thank you for joining me again today, Addison. You excited to be on the show?
Yeah.
Ready to talk a little football? She's not the biggest football fan in the world. How about we start off then? Because you're going to get a double dose of predictions here today, ladies and gentlemen, on the Carriker Chronicles. How about we start off by doing a prediction for Nebraska volleyball? How's that sound?
Yay!
Because they got a big match tonight versus Wisconsin, the number 3 team in the country. Nebraska themselves, number 6 in the country. Nebraska's 10-0 in Big Ten play. Wisconsin's 9-1 in Big Ten play. The top two teams in the Big Ten Conference facing off tonight. All right. So, Addison, who you got winning? Wisconsin or Nebraska in volleyball?
Nebraska.
All right, I agree. I got Nebraska winning. I think it comes down to the wire, and I think it goes with 5 full sets. And my God, I hope they do win, because this prediction show is going to be out for about 3-4 days before the Husker football team plays. And if Nebraska wins, people are going to love it. If Nebraska loses, that's not going to age well. But it is what it is. We ain't scared here on the Carriker Chronicles. Before we talk a little bit of football, you actually made a bucket list. My daughter Addison here. Okay. Addison, by the way, means daughter of Adam. Pretty cool name, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, you made a bucket list, and you showed me. And there's about 15, maybe 20 things on that list. You ain't got to share them all. But what are some of the things you're comfortable with sharing with the fine folks at home?
Well, they already know, that I want to go to Nebraska for college and play volleyball there.
That has not changed. And John Cook always makes sure tell your girls hi every time I see him. So anyways, what else is on there?
Well, I've always wanted to become like a biologist or a zoologist and maybe even an author.
So the girl loves to read. I'm not making this up. She reads books that are this thick. And if you've seen her side of the room that she shares with her sister Trinity, it's first of all, it's the messiest library you've ever seen. But it's like a freaking library. It's crazy. It's not even an exaggeration. It's like wall-to-wall books. It's crazy. She loves animals, and she loves books. All right. Is it okay if we talk a little football here?
You do all the talking.
Okay, that's normally how this show works anyways. All right, let's talk a little bit of Nebraska versus Purdue in the game known as college football. Now, you got 2 of the top 25 scoring defenses in the entire country facing off against each other. The Huskers defense, the Black Shirts, are 25th in the country scoring defense, giving up an average of 19.4 points per game. The Boilermakers, on the other hand, are 9th in scoring defense in the country, giving up on average 16.3 points per game. Now, you look at the flip side. You look at the other side of the ball. You look at the offenses. Nebraska puts up an average of 30.8 points per game, and Purdue puts up an average of 22.1 points per game. And when I looked at this, I was like, so let me get this straight. If you're round, we average 31 points per game on offense, and 19 points per game we give up on defense. So we outscore our opponents by an average of 12 points per game, yet we have a losing record of 3-5. Can I say the frickin' little things, ladies and gentlemen? Holy Moses Malone. Now here are my 3 keys to the game. First and foremost, how does Nebraska respond to that Minnesota game? They've had a week to simmer. They've had a bye week. That was a rough game. They did not come out excited, ready to go. They got out coached. Okay, people are looking at the first 8 games completely differently because of that game. How do they respond to that Minnesota game? Now, they had a bye week. They should be fresh. They should be ready to go. They should be foaming at the mouth, ready to hit somebody, okay, in a Purdue jersey. I spoke with team captain Austin Allen. If you missed that interview, go back and check it out. I spoke to him yesterday. He feels great heading into this Purdue game. But the biggest key to me is, how do we respond? How do we come out? We lost to Minnesota because they outcoached us, and they wanted it more. They came out ready to play. Are we going to come out ready to play, especially after a bye week at home? Number 2, the red zone. All right, it's no secret. We move the ball well up and down the field. In fact, Nebraska averages 478.8 yards of total offense a game. Purdue, on the other hand, only averages 301.6 total yards of offense per game. That means we move the ball up and down the field on average 177.2 more total yards than Purdue does. But are we going to put the ball in the end zone? If we have to kick a field goal, are we going to make it? That's a gigantic key, because it's no secret, when we get into that red zone, we struggle just a smidge. Just a smidge. Last but certainly not least, turnovers. We actually have an advantage in this department. We are +1 on the season in turnover margin. Purdue's minus 4. If we can win the turnover battle, I like our chances. All right. So, your brother Jacob isn't feeling too great today, but he did give us his prediction. All right, so what's Jacob's prediction for the game?
He predicts Purdue 28 and Nebraska wins with 31.
Do you agree with that prediction?
I agree that Nebraska wins.
All right, my prediction is this. My prediction is Purdue 17, Nebraska 27. Now, when I wrote down 27, I'm like, well, either we miss an extra point okay, which I hope doesn't happen again. We've missed more extra points than all the other teams in the Big Ten combined this year. Or we make 2 field goals, which means Connor Culp gets on track. So I don't know, but I'm going to stick with 27-17. All right, I want to thank you for joining me. Did you have fun?
Yep.
Did you have a good time?
Yep.
She's been playing volleyball this year, really for the first time competitively. How's that been going for you?
Good. Can't wait till we have games. It's just been practices.
I know, she's foaming at the mouth, ready to play some games. All right, thank you for joining me, and until next time, Husker Nation, go Big Red, and always remember,
throw the bones.
Thanks again to our sponsor, Nebraska Spine Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, when it's your spine, you do not want to mess around, and experience matters. That's why you can trust the experts at Nebraska Spine Hospital, the region's only spine-specific hospital. They are the best at what they do.